Welcome to the Old God's Meadery, where I make mead every single week. Every Wednesday we're on TikTok Live showing you a different part of the process of the mead making. Tonight, this is our primary, so we're starting from the very beginning. We're going to make a strawberry jam mead, which I'm very excited about. The only thing that you've missed that I've done beforehand is I've sanitized everything that's going to touch the mead, including the buckets, the spoons, the pans, the lids. Everything has been sanitized. Super important. You don't want anything crazy contaminants to get inside of it where something like mold can take over. We don't want that. So it has to be a nice, clean, and stabilized environment. The second thing I've done is I've measured out exactly 3 pounds of honey into this pot. I'll explain the recipe as I go, but we're starting with 3 pounds of honey. If you have any questions, please save them until the end. I'll jump to the other side where I can still read them, and we'll answer as many as we can. Tonight, we're making strawberry jam mead. First, we're going to add about half of this gallon of spring water to our honey. This part of the process actually isn't necessary. I prefer it because for 2 reasons. We're going to heat this honey up a little bit. It will give the yeast a nice, happy environment to start because it likes it a little bit warmer than it is inside this room. Secondly, it makes the honey dissolve into the water perfectly. The one thing you have to worry about, though, is not making this too hot because the yeast does have a temperature tolerance and you can't exceed that or the yeast will die. The other half of the gallon of water we're going to put into the bucket. I'm going to speed through some of it because we're trying to keep this under 10 minutes. That way I can repost it tomorrow on TikTok. Alright, I'm turning on my tabletop burner. If the fan is too loud, I'm sorry. I don't think it is, though. Nobody's complained about it before. And I'm just going to stir that honey until it completely dissolves into the water. While we wait for that to start warming up, I'm going to go ahead and add this. I think this is 16. No, this is 25 ounces of strawberry jam. Oh, it smells wonderful. Into our bucket of water here. Oh, it's thick. It is thick. I'm going to add the whole thing in. Strawberry jam. There we go. Now we're making progress. So the whole recipe, 25 ounces of strawberry jam, 1 gallon of spring water, 3 pounds of honey. This is honey from Texas from a company called Desert Creek. I will be putting in about 2.5 grams of yeast and a half a teaspoon of yeast nutrient here in a few minutes. And that's it. That's all we need to make alcohol. It's hard to see from your angle, but we're pretty much dissolved already. This guy heats up pretty fast. I'm roughly aiming for about 80 degrees. The room temperature in here is exactly 68. Just warm enough to get it excited. And dissolve the honey really fast. And we're in good shape. No more fan. All right, we're going to go ahead and combine the two. Recenter here for you. All right. Now we're going to add in that 2.5 grams of yeast. This is EC1118 yeast. This is what I prefer. This produces a dry mead. So it's a little bit higher alcohol content, usually a little bit less fruit flavor. This is a champagne yeast. These packets, which are very common, are about 5 grams. So I'm adding in about half of that. There's no need to measure it. You can if you want, but it won't make that big of a difference. And then this is just a half teaspoon of yeast nutrient. This just kind of gets the yeast excited and a nice place to stay as it gets started. That's it. Everything that we're going to put in there is in there. We're going to have alcohol soon. This is a fermenting lid for our bucket. It's got a little hole there. We're going to seal this in here with a rubber mallet. That is sealed. All right, one last step. I'm going to put my thumb over that little fermenting hole, and we're going to shake this guy to make sure everything is mixed up. Boop. That's it, guys. We did it. Next, I'm adding in my 3-piece airlock. This main portion goes right, fits right into that fermenting hole. Nice and tight. This centerpiece here covers that straw that you see in the center. I'm going to add in about half of this with water. And what that'll do is allow that yeast to start producing two things. One, CO2, which will come out this straw, down through the water and up out without allowing any air to get inside. Can't get that thing on there. There we go. Secondly, it'll produce alcohol inside the bucket, which is what we're looking for. And that's it. Batch 9 is ready to go. It's done. Now we wait. This will take about 2 weeks. And I'll probably do it in 3 weeks here on the live. We'll rack it into our carboy. So I'm going to come back around. Thanks for watching. Stick around if you want to chit-chat. If you're watching the replay, come back next Wednesday. We're going to do it again.